Working properly? Yes? Maybe? Okay. Low on battery though.
What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and tonight you guys are going to be seeing this quick little vlog, and real quick, I just want to let you guys know that I just got back from an entire week being gone. That's why I just haven't been as available lately. I was away on business for the entire past week. Can't exactly tell you guys why, but you'll find out next Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. But basically, without any further ado, I was supposed to get back yesterday, and I was supposed to get back last night, like Thursday night. I got stuck in Amsterdam because basically I was flying out of, I was flying out of Sweden, and basically the plane was late coming into Sweden, and it got delayed the first time, then it got delayed the second time, and then it got delayed a third time. And by the time it got delayed a third time, I was feeling kind of like, I don't know if this is actually gonna work. Like, I was not really freaking out because I like stuff like that. I've been through that stuff before, but it was more along the lines of I was just like, please don't let me miss this second flight back to Atlanta. So long story short, I missed the flight to Atlanta. And basically that was because, like, as we were landing, the captain said over the radio in the plane, he was like, just so you all know, or he didn't say that exactly, but basically something to the extent of, just so you all know, in case you were coming back, like in case you had a connection to Atlanta, we're very sorry, but you have missed your flight. And this was before we landed, so I was like, well, damn. So, and that was, we were landing in Amsterdam. So we get to Amsterdam, and I go to like the transfer area, and I tell the guy, I'm like, hey, I really gotta get back to Atlanta. Like, what's the quickest I can get back? Is there any way I can fly out tonight? Because like at this point, I was like, I mean, I wouldn't care if I went to like Germany or France or England and then got a flight to like DC and then a connection to Atlanta and got back at like 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever. So he actually told me, he was like, well, your next best option on a flight that isn't like, you know, already booked, the only spot we have a spot for you is the next day, like the next morning. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure there's no way to do it tonight? And he's like, he checked and like he showed me, and he was like, and literally there were no flights going even into the US, like out of any of the major airports like that night. So it was pretty much I had to stay in Europe that night. So from there, what ended up happening is that's where it got a little bit more interesting, because at that point they were like, okay, so you're gonna have to fly out the next day. Here's a pass, right, for a hotel for the night. So I had never been in Amsterdam before. I had never been outside the Amsterdam airport. I mean, I had been through the Amsterdam airport probably 3 or 4 times at this point, I think, ish. But anyways, never been outside the airport, and it was so funny because, so you get outside the airport, right, and this is all at night, so I couldn't really see much of anything. I don't really know too much about what there was like to see in Amsterdam, and I wasn't really too intent on going out because like my flight out was like I had to be at the airport at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't want to go out and do anything crazy and then come back and be like, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. But anyways, so we get to the hotel, or I get to the hotel, I should say. They have a bus from the airport to the hotel, and so you get there, and, you know, I'm sitting inside, right? And I'm just like, I'm hungry, right? So there ends up being like a burger place inside this hotel, which was actually really good, by the way. It was like super surprising to me. But it was so funny because to go outside of the airport into Amsterdam itself had to talk to passport control, right? Obviously. And like, and he was like, oh, I know you're only here for one night, but you know, you could like go down to the coffee shop or like, well, as you can probably tell, there's been a slight camera equipment change because my main camera decided it was just time to run out of battery and die, and at this point I've been like literally sitting on planes for like I've been sitting on planes for like, I don't even know how many hours at this point. I've just been in an airport for the like past day and a half, so I was like, I'll change the battery and charge it later. It's like, it is what it is. But anyways, so you get to back to the story. Get to passport control, and he's like, yeah, you could go out to a coffee shop, or you could go do other things. And he said something a little bit different than that, but like he was just like, yeah, you could go do, you know, other things as well. And with it being Amsterdam, I'm sure you guys can imagine what those things are. And I was just like, I don't know, it kind of cracked me up a little bit. I was like, huh, that's kind of interesting that I'm like hearing this from like a dude at the passport gate. But anyways, long story short, we get to the airport. We get to the airport the next morning. We walk in, like, security was a breeze. You know, we get to this is funny because you get to the passport area, right? And it says, like, you've got a big, you know, big sign, like, up top, and it's, like, you know, European passport, this and that, and this and that, and then US passports, right? And I initially think that you walk under the sign that says US passports on it. Well, obviously I was incorrect because the guy was like, no, you go over there. And I was like, what? But the sign, and he was like, no, you go over there. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll go over there. And ended up having to go like all the way down to like the far side of this room, and where there's actually like a guy for you to talk to. And I kind of understand why they do that as opposed to like just letting you go through the automated thing. But then again, like the way they had the signs oriented it did not make sense. It did not make sense whatsoever. So anyway, so we get through there, and I'm thinking like, okay, so we're all good at this point. We get to the gate for the last flight, and this is the flight to Atlanta. It gets delayed. So it pops up on the screen, delayed till like whatever time it was delayed to. So at this point, I'm thinking, for God's sake, I've been dealing with delays for the past entire day. I do not want to deal with a delay again today. And fortunately, there was only one delay, and it was pretty short, and they actually did a really good job of getting everybody onto the plane and getting out of there as quickly as possible. And I ended up landing here at like 3 p.m.-ish. And then 3 p.m.-ish, and then coming back home. But and I do want to extend a special thank you to the person that that picked me up at the airport. They know who they are. They know who they are. But anyways, and that leads me to now. So it's been a crazy past day and a half, and I wanted to give you guys the rundown and the story of what actually went on. And I hope you all enjoyed this little kind of fun story time video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comments below what y'all thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. I'm sorry I didn't take any vlog footage on that trip. It was more of like a go out and, you know, do the things that we went out to do and then come back. But again, you guys will see get to see what we did on that trip coming next week. So again, stay tuned for that. And yeah, dude, I'm so happy to be home. And tomorrow on Saturday, we're gonna have a full schedule of videos, and then we are also gonna have another full schedule of videos on Sunday. So make sure you all come back for that. There's gonna be something for everybody. And hope you all did enjoy. I'll see y'all next time. And by the way, I will be doing a full like tour video and detailed video on my VW GTI, because I know I didn't do one on my previous video in it. It was just kind of like announcing the fact that I had it, and then I'm gonna do a full details video and just like the whole plan for that car in a coming video. So again, hope you all did enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.